Well, hello, my honor students. I hope everyone is okay. My 7th, my 8th, my ninth, and my one sophomore. I hope you're having a good time. Probably forgot my voice, but I am me. So today, your first day of internet lesson, I thought we would do just a review. So what I want you to do, and I know it's slanted, I have to learn how to write between lines better. So I slanted it. So what I want you to do is probably get another piece of paper, freeze the frame, do these free problems, and then turn me back on. So I'll do them for you too. Okay, well, good deal. So domain. Domain are just your x values, or how far left and right are you going. So domain would just be 3 and 7. Very easy problem. Oh my. Now you have to use these braces because if you use parentheses, people think it's an ordered pair. So it'd be 4 and 10. Range is just your y values. So for here, how far left and right are we going? Well, we're starting at 1 and going to the right forever. So it'd be x is greater than or equal to 1. And if you want to put little braces around, you can if that looks pretty to you. Then the range is y because you're going up and down. We're starting at 2 and going down forever. Woohoo! Now this one. This is between two values. So the domain would be everything between 1. It starts at 1 and 4. And that's how you write between. We did that with the ands and ors a long time ago. Then here would be between 1 and 2. Okay, next set of problems. Do you remember how to name that graph? I'll slant this again so maybe we can see all of them. Ooh. But here I'll do this. Now that. So name that graph and then turn me back on. Oh, it just froze. It just froze there itself. Wow, is it magic or what? So notice that we have 7 graphs to worry about. You got the line, which is ax plus by equals c. You have the V shape, that's what I call it anyways, which is when you have the absolute value. Well, and then we have the parabola. That's when you have 1 square and 1 not squared. Now I didn't put the HK there. I know. Then we have the circle. X minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. Then you have the ellipse, which the key to the ellipse is that you have different coefficients. So when they're on the same side, I'll bring that over. You have sum of squares. I had said 7 graphs. I guess we only have 6. Oh my goodness. And then the different coefficients. Now notice I say coefficients. But Mr. Murphy, they're in the denominator, but 1 over that would be the coefficient. Circle, if you divided both sides by r squared, would have the same. Then we have the hyperbola, which I like to say hyperbola. It makes me sound like science fiction. So they have difference of squares. Now the bottoms can be the same for a hyperbola. You can have the same bottoms in a hyperbola, but not an ellipse. So let's see what we got. So Oh, one is squared, one is not. So it's a parabola. Oh, they're both squared, so you got to get them on the same side so you can see what's going on. Oh, it's a difference of squares, so it'd be a hyperbola or a hyperbola. They may make fun of you in college if we said hyperbola. Now this always throws people, but it should be the easiest one. First power, first power. If you subtracted it on the same side, difference of first power, so it's a lion. This one, oh, as soon as I see it, oh my Jiminy. It's a V shape. Oh, absolute value. When you get that one wrong, I laugh inside my heart. Next one. Oh, I see minus, so I think of hyperbola, but no, when you add it to both sides to get the x's and y's together, you got sum of squares, same coefficients, so that would be a circle. This one, you add 2y squared. So you look at it at the start and think, oh, it must be hyperbola. But no, it's a minus on this side, but when you get them together, it's some different coefficients. Now, technically, you divide both sides by 6 to get it in proper form, but it is ellipse. And notice there's 2 L's in ellipse. This one, I tried to trick you. You say, oh, it's called bottoms. It must be a hyperbola or ellipse. But no, power 1, so it's a lion. And then this one, you got sum of squares, different coefficients, so it would be an ellipse. Now notice, I do think I'm going to have a quiz Friday. So you'll have till Sunday afternoon to get it back to me. So it should be very relaxing. Take as much time or as little time as you want. We're going to try that. And then if it works, every Friday we'll have a little quiz. It's not going to be huge. No, it's not going to be huge. And it'll probably be on basic logs. But we'll see. Thursday I'll tell you for sure. But you'll have till Sunday to get it back to me, as I said. My 8th graders and 7th grader, you guys will have to send it back by email, but my honors kids, you can send it back by Schoology, and I'll actually list it on Schoology for you. Now, I also want you to graph this. What would the graph be? It's minus squares, so it's a hyperbola. So remember, with a hyperbola, you're looking for the sava. So go ahead, freeze the frame, do the problem, then turn it back on to see if you're right. Now, the center is always the opposite number with x inside the parentheses and y, but there are no numbers. So there aren't any numbers. Forgive my English mistake. And the vertices, the x does not have the minus in front of it. The y does, so it's left, right. Square the number under x. So we start here, left, right, 2. Now, the asymptote is always y equals plus or minus a number x, because it's 2 lines for the hyperbola. And it's always the square of the number under y divided by the square of the number under x. So you could just go up 3 over 2, down 3 over 2, down 3 over 2, up 3 over 2. So we. Then you curve it. You curve it. Right, Naked? You curve it. You curve it. So I don't want to see a McDonald's sign, and I don't want to see you snaking upside the asymptote. You don't curve, you don't touch it. It's like electric fence. Snap if you touch it. Now tomorrow, Tuesday, we're going to review logs and then continue with the law of logarithms. Then we're going to use the computer, or technology, I should say, on Wednesday, if everything goes right. On finding variables in the power, and we'll continue with that Thursday. So I think we're in great shape. We'll have to see. But remember, pop quiz on whenever Friday. I'm doing this at 4 o'clock in the morning. I couldn't sleep. I'll see you, kids. Bye.